immediately, or I will amplify the time distortion and destroy this station. You will not survive.
Hello and welcome to episode 42 of the Temporal Adventures of Lobsang Blood. We're here still on Drozana, this time enjoying a bit of Darbo, before we get to find out what our next mission is. Since we've, gone back to the past and dealt with the Davidians and built their portal and stopped them from siphoning all the energy from the workers on the station back in the 23rd century. But enough of these losses. You're getting angry. Time to see about getting our next mission. Head over to this terminal and contact Franklin Drake to see what we need to do to finish off the Davidians as a threat once and for all. We've determined that the Davidians are using the trialic energy of Driffin's Comet to ease their entry into our phase variance. That is the cause of all the incidents in the neutral zone. But it's worse than that. It's possible that, given the amount of trialic and temporal energy in the Comet, that the Davidians will be able to destabilize the area of space surrounding the Comet enough that they will pull it and everything in it into their phase variance. In essence, they're trying to steal an entire sector. The resulting efforts to the surrounding space would make the destruction of Romulus look like the popping of a party favor. The only thing we can do to stop it is destroy the Comet before the Davidians can use it. It's not enough to do it in present, because the Davidians will still have access in the 23rd century when the Comet moves past Drozana Station. We have to destroy it there. You'll need your ship this time, so you can't use the Davidian portal on the station. I can help you get to the past, but you need to follow my instructions precisely. Good luck. Alright, so we need to go to the Bepi 113 system in the Beta Quadrant and save the past from the Davidians. We'll get some experience points, some expertise from Dilithium, and either a Type 3 phaser, Type 2 phaser, or a Klingon disruptor pistol. All look kinda good. Well, we'll see. Anyway, let's accept the mission and be on our way to Bepi 113? Yes, Bepi 113.
Until next time.
No time to lose. No time like the present. On to beam up. Take us out of here and into space, helmsman. Navigation, find the charts, plot a course to Bepi 113. Okay, course plotted for Bepi 113. Engage.
From the heart of Kronos to the frozen wastes of Rurapenthe, the Klingons have built an empire that values strength, honor, and skill in combat. To be Klingon is to be a warrior. Fight well, live with honor, die with a blade in your hand. If you can do these things, you will live forever in the stories of the great Klingon heroes.
Thank you. And Apparently this system is redacted. Alright then. Well, we have clearance to enter it, so enter it, please. And common hail, Captain. You want me to put it on the main view screen? Yes, please, yours. On screen. You should feel privileged, Lud. Very few people ever get to see this system. My organization has gone to a lot of trouble to keep it off the navigational charts. This star is ideal for what Starship's pilot call a slingshot. Section 31 uses it from time to time to deal with problems that take a more creative approach to solve. Your best chance of getting back to the point in time where you need to be is to use the star's gravity to accelerate your ship to such a high speed that you'll be able to access the time continuum. I've taken the liberty of having the lightspeed breakaway calculations added to your ship's database. You will need to hit a series of points as you move around the star. After you make your approach, you should see a navigational beacon. Aim for it and you'll have the correct trajectory for the slingshot. This is a tricky maneuver, Lud. If you don't hit it at each point in the correct order and time, it won't work. I hope your helm officer is up to the task. One more thing before you start. I also added a holo emitter to your vessel. You'll appear to be a Klingon D7 with the appropriate access codes of the time period, but still have access to all the 25th century firepower you'll need to deal with the Comet. Don't alter the timeline any more than you have to. Destroy the Comet and stop the Davidians, but other than that, try to stay out of trouble. I'd wish you luck, but I have a feeling you wouldn't think I was being sincere. We're ready to engage the holo emitter and start our run around the star on your command, Captain. Alright, engage it. Let's see what we look like. Ooh, ugly little ship. Alright. Set systems to maneuver. All hands to maneuver stations. All hands to maneuver stations. We are about to attempt slingshot maneuver. Helm, at your convenience. Activate full impulse. Follow the guide slope. Time warp achieved. Captain, based on the decay of elements in this system, we have arrived approximately 150 years in the past, sometime around the Earth year 2265. Sir, incoming hail. It's from a Constitution-class starship identifying itself as the USS Reuben James. Putting it on screen now.
Attention, unidentified ship. I am Commodore Jacob Ross in command of the USS Reuben James. We have been searching for a Klingon vessel reported to have attacked a colony in the Gliese system. You fit the description of the ship we are looking for. Unless you can prove you are not, we will take immediate action.
I remember Ross. He was always a pain in the backside and always jumping to conclusions. Captain, the Reuben James has closed the channel. They are not responding to hails and weapons are charging. We cannot seriously damage Commodore Ross's ship without risking damage to the timeline, but we must defend ourselves and complete our mission. Recommend we fight to disable. Yep. I always wondered what that ship was that Ross kept talking about that just whooped his backside. Never realized it was us. You're gonna hate this when he finds out. Tactical alert.
Warning, ship is under attack. Target shield activated.
Put warp plasma over him. See how he likes that. That's got him.
To any ships in range, please, we need help. I don't know what these things are, but they're all over the station. They're killing people. Please, you have to help us.
I guess that's our cue. Captain, the Comet's approaching the station. Its trialic energy's made it easier for the Davidians to manifest. The people on that station don't have any way to fight them. We'll have to help, or they'll all die. Alright, Senate, get ready with the away team. Let's beam over there. Captain, I'm reading multiple Davidian life signs. Need to work quickly to clear the station of their presence. See about moving out. Picking up a chronal distortion. There's a temporal probe nearby. Handy we spotted this right at the start. Let's get it out of the way with. Drop you a turret, Scaverin, you know the drill. Pocket. I'll get the word one. Okay, is it shielded when or Andorian? Auxiliary. Andorian, right there. Is it both arch enemy or upper? It's missing an S there, but it's not the word we're looking for. Both arch enemy. Architect. Or upper. So that'll be upper right there. And then finally, Wolf, Veer, or Aid. There's Veer. This probe's collecting triolic wave energy data from the Comet. Perhaps the Nakul are trying to figure out where they can find natural sources of triolic energy, which they can then use to engage massive time displacement fields. Or create a massive time disruption. Shut that thing down. Enemy operatives responding. Enemy operatives responding, sir. Oh, those Davidians just couldn't wait, could they? Everyone okay? Guys, look like you got chomped on a little by him. Make sure we deal with everything. I don't think anyone here appreciates the Davidians crashing their party. I'm detecting weapons fire, broken glass, and signs of a struggle. It's a bar fight, sir, and we're going to need to quell it if we want any chance of stopping the Davidians. Temporal Prime Directive is in effect, sir. Recommend we set all weapons to stun to minimize possible damage to the timeline. Agreed. Let's get fighting. Help, someone's got me! All done. Quick set up a medical field. Coming in from behind us, that's not sporting. Down this way? Nope, I think we're all clear down this way. Alright. It's nearly all of them, sir. Okay, what have we got left to clear? Oh, these three, okay.
Do not attempt to stop us. We hunger. We must feed. Leave immediately, or I will amplify the time distortion and destroy this station. You will not survive.
We'll see who survives.
Hey, those things are holed up in the lounge, and they've got some of my customers in there with them. The door is barricaded, but a few hits with a phaser should take care of that. Get my people out of there!
Calm down, sir. Calm down. We're going to deal with it. All okay? Interesting weapons. I'm homesick. As I said, just calm down. We got this, okay? Gavin, set your equipment.
Enemy combatant in close proximity. Flanking damage detected.
No, it can't be. It's you.
Thanks for the help, friend. What were those things? Damn spirits snuck up on me. I noticed a spike in triolic energy, and I was working to adjust the station's shields to compensate. I went to fetch a hyperspanner, and I was attacked. If you help me, I can finish my repairs before the triolic energy reaches lethal levels. By the way, you can call me Scotty.
I can? Thank you. What should we assign to? The Thieves Guild. You don't remember it? No? Oh, I'm off duty, and these are all going for a bit of recreation. Oh, lots of way of it sometimes. Yeah, I know. We're dealing with the trial energy as best we can.
Just as I suspected, the triolic energy is increasing. We'll be cooked like a haggis if we don't do something about it. There is a wee store on this station. The lass who runs it, Cassidy, said they might be getting a supply of the new quantum flux regulators. The Mark II versions. If we had one of those regulators, I could modify the flux coordinating sensors and use them to modulate the shields protecting the station. That would buy us some time. Go find Cassidy. She'll know where they are.
Alright, go find this Cassidy. Give me, are you Cassidy? No? Are you Cassidy? No, you're Soleil. Oh, nobody in here at all. Are you Cassidy? Oh. Hello, Cassidy? Are you Cassidy?
What were those things? They were floating, and one looked at me, and I felt so weak. And then it lifted me up, and oh, it was horrible.
Calm down. It's alright. Everything's fine. They're gone now.
Oh, are you looking for something from the store? A quantum what? I'm sorry. I'm just too scared right now to think about selling anything. I'm closing down until I get me wits about me. Maybe it would be best if I packed up and went back to Sherman's planet. I don't know.
Well, what can I do to help?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe a nerve tonic would soothe me. A nice stiff one, you know. Can you get one for me?
Alright, hang on. Tell you what I'll do as well. I'll leave my my associate here to help protect you, okay? That'll make you a little less nervous. Darcy? Okay. Try and bond with her a little. Okay? Try talking to her. Excuse me, bartender. Sir. May I have a nerve tonic, please?
What can I get you?
As I said, nerve tonic.
A nerve tonic? Almost every culture in the galaxy has nerve tonics. Most worlds have multiple variations, and everyone thinks that the one their grandmother made is better than all the rest. Look, I tend bar at a commerce station in the middle of one of this quadrant's busiest trade routes. It's my job to be able to make anything you want, but you gotta be specific. I could make you 14,647 different nerve tonics, 18,397 if you're Boolean. So, what kind do you want?
I don't want it, Cassie does.
Tell you what, one of the waitresses should be able to help you narrow down what kind of nerve tonic would be best. Talk to one of them, and then come back. I'm sure we can make exactly what you need.
Fine. The waitress is in here? Hello? Can you help me? No? How about you? No? How about you, brave Klingon, sir? No? Too busy cowering? Okay. Hello? Any more waitresses around here? Hello.
Who do you think you are? First the lights go all strange, then these weird creatures show up, and worst of all, you're here picking fights with my best customers. Look at dear, brave, handsome Captain McQueen here. He could have been killed. You should be ashamed of yourself.
Yes, well, poor Captain McQueen. But need some help about nerve tonics.
Nerve tonics. How can I think about nerve tonics when my sweet Captain McQueen is injured? Oh, if you want to know about any sort of exotic beverage, go ask that drunken Scotsman. Lieutenant Commander Scott. He knows more about alcohol than anyone I've ever met. While you do that, I'm going to make my sweet prince all better.
Fine.
Did you get the quantum flux regulator?
Not yet. Cassidy says she won't do anything until she's had a nerve tonic. what do you know about nerve tonics?
Nerve tonics? Ugh! You don't look like you need one of those. These wee beasties are troublesome, but they're not as bad as a ship full of angry Romulans. Now, I've been known to enjoy an occasional nip of Scotch whiskey. That's the only nerve tonic you'll ever need. Why do you need to know about them?
As I said, I'm looking one for Cassidy.
Oh, for Cassidy. Now that makes sense. She's a bonny lass, that Cassidy, and more than willing to spend a little time with a right Starfleet officer, if you know what I mean. But she hasn't got the stomach for fighting. Is she alright? I hate for anything to happen to her.
Yeah, she's okay. She's a little shaken up, a little scared and stuff. My associates are helping calm her down.
Glad to hear it. Sounds like she needs something to take a wee bit of the edge off. And that happens to be one of my specialties, along with transwarp transporter technology and warp field mechanics. Cassidy's been meeting me every evening in the bar for a spot of cheer, but I've never seen her order a nerve tonic. Perhaps if I told you what she likes, you'll be able to figure out the right mix. The bartender will help you.
Okay, so what does she like to drink?
I've seen Cassidy order these drinks.
So tell me about the Alvanian brandy.
Cassidy didn't like the salty taste of the Albion brandy, but she really enjoyed the fact that it was garnished with a drop of honey that floated on the top of the drink. Bah, garnish is getting in the way of a fine beverage, if you ask me. Can you imagine putting a wee piece of pineapple in a glass of 20-year-old single malt? It's preposterous.
Yeah, I know, it's a waste and ruin of good pineapple. Put it in paint stripper like that.
I've seen Cassidy order these drinks.
Alright, how about blood wine? That doesn't sound like the kind of drink she'd order.
The only time I saw Cassidy ordering blood wine was when she was feeling under the weather. Poor lass. She liked that it was served warm, but she hated those blasted heavy metal mugs the Klingons use, and the potency of it was a bit much for her to handle. A girl like Cassidy needs something with a little less kick.
A little less kick than blood wine, but it was warm, and she liked the garnish. You've been a real help so far.
I've seen Cassidy order these drinks.
How about the Denevian mead? That sounds, well, the sort of thing she'd drink.
Soleil brought Cassidy a Denevian mead a few nights ago. Ugh, terribly sweet stuff, like drinking syrup. Cassidy didn't like the cloying sweetness, and the wee bird broke out into highs because she was allergic to the fruit garnish. I'm not ordering any of that stuff again.
Okay, so no Denevian mead. Well, if she didn't order it, somebody else bought it for her, then that's them messing up, nothing to do with me and her. Right?
I've seen Cassidy order these drinks.
Alright, tell me about this fire wine.
Cassie and I got into a drinking contest with a Klingon one night, and we ended up drinking fire wine. It's not as good as Scotch, mind you, but it's better than drinking warp core coolant.
Says you.
The next morning, after she picked herself up off the floor, Cassidy told me that the fire wine was so spicy that she was afraid it had eaten a hole through her stomach. I had to send her to see Bones for a checkup. Also, she said that drinking from those shallow bowls made her feel like someone's pet targ.
Are you sure it wasn't the fact that she was drinking terrible drinks that was making her feel like that? I mean, if you're saying it's worse than Scotch, yeah.
I've seen Cassidy order these drinks.
I don't, a martini. Was it shaken or stirred?
Martinis aren't my cup of tea, as it were, but Cassidy seems to like them. She appreciates that a martini should be served as cold as possible, but since she nurses her drinks, the cold tends to dissipate, and she doesn't get the full effect. She's quite fond of those fancy stem glasses, though.
So, she likes martinis cold as possible, just like warm drinks. Is there some kind of weirdness to her?
I've seen Cassidy order these drinks.
How about a Sumerian sunset? I know those are nice.
Cassidy really likes her Sumerian sunsets, mostly because of the sour taste. She hates that the drink is so weak, and has been trying to convince the bartender to add garnish to it to make the happy feeling last longer. But he won't, because then it wouldn't be a Sumerian sunset. Me, I say a drink is a drink. If the lady wants a garnish, give her one.
Yeah, but then it won't sunset. You know, like it's supposed to when you ting the glass.
I've seen Cassidy order these drinks.
How about the Skagian whiskey?
Cassidy really likes the little pick-me-up of a drop of Skagarian whiskey. But she doesn't like the wee shot glasses, or the silly paper umbrellas. Who ever heard of putting a wee paper umbrella in a glass of whiskey? It's sacrilege. If I ever go to Skagara, I'm gonna give them a piece of my mind.
You know, maybe the umbrella's there to protect everything else from the paint stripper and the glass.
I've seen Cassidy order these drinks.
Okay, alright. So you've said, I'll go away and I'll think about it. Warm, sour, sometimes a garnish, sometimes not a garnish. Drop of honey. Not too strong, not too spicy. Sounds like she wants like a Hall's soother or something in a glass. Microwaved in a warm water or something. I don't know. I have to think about this. Gotta stop thinking about how bad whiskey is. Gotta stop thinking about how bad whiskey is. Stop thinking about how bad whiskey is. Alright, okay. I think I know what I want. We bartender?
What can I get you?
I need a drink, please.
I'll need some more details before I can make a drink for you. If you need help figuring out what combination of ingredients you want, you should talk to one of the waitresses. That's what they're here for, after all. So, do you want it to be hot or cold?
Let's try hot.
What kind of flavor profile are you looking for?
Sour.
How strong do you want this drink to be?
Give it a little pick-me-up since, you know, the sunsets are a little weak, but blood wine that's a little strong.
How would you like this drink to be served?
In a martini glass. Like a proper, sophisticated person should drink from.
And last but certainly not least, what kind of garnish would you like?
Oh, a drop of honey, please.
This should be all the info I need. I'll put the drink on the bar when I'm done. I'll put the bill on your tab.
Okay. What's the tab? Never mind. Don't care. Thank you. I have to go carefully over to Cassidy and not spill this drink. How's she doing? You made her feel any better? No, sir. Not really. Well, never mind. Maybe this pick-me-up will help.
Do you have a drink for me?
I do. Try this.
Oh, I love warm drinks. They're so relaxing.
Oh, good. Glad you find it pleasant.
Oh, there's a lovely sour note to this drink. I feel so refreshed.
That's nice. And you also won't get scurvy.
Oh, there's just enough oomph to this drink to make it really stick with you. I like that.
Good. Just don't get too drunk you'll forget where the thing is. It looked like you could use a little bit of a pick-me-up, but not being picked up so much you get blasted.
Oh, I love the style of this glass. It accentuates the flavor of the ingredients.
It doesn't, but I just like to look posh. But yeah, you know, because that makes drinks taste all the better.
Honey! No, not you. The drink.
Oh.
Oh, that little bit of sweetness is just perfect. It adds the most delightful note to each sip.
Yes, I'm glad that even the last drop of this drink is making you happy. Are you relaxed enough now to remember things?
Ah, that is marvelous. Oh, I'm feeling much better now, thank you. Alrighty, what tool was it you needed? Oh, a quantum flux regulator Mark II. I have one of those right here. Please, take it as a thank you. Cheers.
Cheers. Okay, come on, people. Go take this over to Scotty. Buck up, boyo. Blue flashes again. I don't like it.
The right tool for the right job. I'll start making the adjustments, but I don't know if I've got enough time. You can't change the laws of physics. The triolic energy levels keep rising, and sensors show the blasted comet is to blame. Modulating the shields is not going to be enough. Something needs to be done about that comet if we're going to live to see the morning.
You know, I had pretty much the same thought. Captain, the station is safe for now, but we still need to deal with the comet in orbit. If the Davidians are able to harness its energy, then they will be able to pull most of this sector into their phase variants. Past, present, it will all be disrupted. We can't be having that. It's time we dealt with that comet. I guess it's time we all beam back up. Just hope he doesn't notice our transporters are more fancy than his. This is as close as the comet's trajectory will take it to Drozana Station, Captain. We need to destroy this comet while we still have time. Alright, let's get on it. There. A group of Klingon vessels have entered the system. The lead ship is hailing us, sir. Putting it on screen now.
Ah, a ship from the House of Duras! I am Captain Bavat, son of Warot, and leader of my house. My brother died due to Duras' treachery. I will avenge his death with the destruction of 100 Duras ships. Prepare to die!
Wait, hang on. You're who? I apparently killed your brother. Prepare to die? That sounds awfully familiar. Captain, we can't afford to change the course of events any more than they have been altered already. And we know that Captain Bavat survives this day. Because, you know, you beat him a couple of times early on. We'll need to attempt to disable his forces. He'll be calling for reinforcements. We need to destroy the comet and return to our time before we're overwhelmed. Alright, let's do what we can as quick as we can with what we have. Alright, let's get going. Get us this ore first of all to help bolster our... Quiv knocked out, sir. Okay, do if ever get that comet. Blanket this area with warp plasma. Let's hope that helps us get the job done quicker. Hate to have to do this. Fire up the photonic fleet. cruiser's appearing, sir. And we best make this quick as we can. Yeah, Captain Bavat's ship's taking a lot of damage. We can't risk firing it without damaging it further. Did you get Bavat off in time?
If you are receiving this...
That did it, Captain. The remaining comet debris is too small to be a threat. Now we just need to find a way to... One moment, sir. I'm detecting a temporal anomaly. It's forming inside the stitch in time.
If you are receiving this message, then you and your crew have completed your mission. Driffin's Comet is destroyed, and the Davidians are no longer a threat to the Federation. You've done well. And, to prove that I'm not the immoral monster that some make me out to be, I'm going to help you. When you last docked at Deep Space K7, I had some modifications made to your vessel. One of those is the addition of a Borg temporal node salvaged from a cube in the Batron cluster. It's set to return you to our time. Congratulations on a job well done. Drake out.
Oh, I do not like that, Drake. Get me Drake. Number one.
Excellent work. I knew I could count on you. The disappearance of Driffin's Comet in the 23rd century will be a scientific curiosity. I have taken steps to suppress information that might reveal our involvement, and I trust that you and your crew will refrain from telling stories about what happened here. After all, we're getting along so well. One thing I hope you'll take away from all this is that any opinion you may have of the immorality of so-called rogue elements like Section 31 is a bit naive. Contrary to popular opinion among some Starfleet officers, we do not spend our days plotting evil and committing random acts of villainy like characters in a bad holo novel. We protect the Federation from threats. Thanks to you, the Davidians are no longer on that list. If you think about it, everything we do is to preserve the freedoms you so enjoy. You should be grateful. Drake out.
An arsehole. Alright, let's see what we're going to pick for the weapons. I mean, that one looks good on the initial damage, 115 DPS versus 88, but the secondary, that one's got a good secondary. That one has a stun. Not even going to bother with the Klingon pistol because not the sort of thing we do. So yeah, let's go for the old Type 3 phaser rifle. We had such good times with it back in the day.
Until next time.
Alright then, and that is where we'll end this episode. I want to thank you all for watching. In this one we went and defeated the Davidians by destroying their comet. I was going to hang around with Scotty some more and played bartender for a little bit. And we proved we were the cat's paw of Section 31 when they need us. So, there you go then. If you've enjoyed this episode, please do hit like and subscribe if you haven't already. If you enjoyed it, others may too, and that'll help them find out about this episode. But from us here, we'll hope to see you next time for more excitement in the temporal adventures of Lobsang Blood. Until then, take care. Bye-bye.